Уважаемые телезрители канала М1 Global, прямо сейчас на турнире ММА Серии 8 «Время новых героев» состоится заглавный бой в полулегкой весовой категории. В синий угол клетки приглашается боец из города Благовещенск. Встречайте, Никита Басун!
You're watching MMA Series-8, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. I'm ENM16 Butlin and we're coming to you on the Fubo Sports Network and a Clash TV app. You can see making his way to the cage Nikita Basun. This is the co-main event of the evening. Basun 6 wins with only 1 defeat, fighting out of Russia. This is a welterweight contest for our co-main event. The second super fight here this evening. We saw a fantastic knockout finish in our featherweight contest. Again, for those at home, this is the ringside assistant official checking over for oil, checking the equipment, gum shield, groin guard, before the fighter enters the cage.
А в красный угол клетки приглашается его соперник из города Санкт-Петербург. Встречайте, Борис Медведев!
For the second fighter for this co-main event, making his way down to the red corner with a big smile on his face, fighting out of Russia, Boris Medvedev. Now on paper, this looks an excellent fight. Medvedev coming with an identical record of 6 wins and only 1 defeat. 2 excellent records for these young fighters. And again, this is an event called Time of New Heroes, and we are looking for new heroes to move on and be the superstars of next year. Fubo Sports Network bringing the fights to you through this lockdown period that the world has found themselves in. And if you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, give us your opinions, score the fights. What did you think of the first super fight? And what are your thoughts on this one?
Дамы и господа, вашему вниманию заглавный бой вечера в полусредней весовой категории. В синем углу клетки боец из города Благовещенск представляет клуб «Ахмат». Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 6 побед, 1 поражение. Встречайте, Никита Басун! А прямо сейчас все внимание в красный угол. Боец из города Санкт-Петербург представляет команду «Сечь Про», представляет команду «Авангард». Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 6 побед, 1 поражение. Встречайте, Борис Медведев! Рефери в клетке Евгений Ли. Бойцы в центр клетки!
Помним про правила, деремся честно, слушаем моей команды. Пожали руки. По углам.
This is MMA Series 8, Time of New Heroes. Blue corner, Basun. Red corner, Medvedev. Both fighters fighting out of Russia. Both fighters 6 wins, 1 loss on their record. Identical records. 2 welterweights. This is going to make for a good super fight here in our co-main event. Basun bouncing up and down from the orthodox stance. Medvedev, controlled footwork coming forward from the southpaw stance. Looking to use that jab. Medvedev with a jab cross. But fields an inside kick there. solid shot from Basun. What we see with a southpaw versus orthodox, they can fire that inside leg kick from the back leg, which can do a lot of damage to the soft inner. Oh, and that's a big right hand there. Basun landed a shot, he's landed down inside control. Medvedev holding on here, trying to get his head back together. Basun desperate to get free, get the arm free so he can start to land more strikes. That was a knee, but he was on the ground. That was an illegal knee to the head there, in the heat of the moment. Now, I don't think he intentionally meant to do that. He was just firing in shots, but against an opponent who was tired, had already took some shots, that knee could have stopped the fight there, and that would have been a disqualification loss there for Basun. Now, hopefully, Medvedev can continue. He looks okay. He just, to be honest, looks very angry. So, could be a point deduction, I'm not sure. But we're back with the action. So that was actually probably time for Medvedev to get his head back together, because he'd not really recovered from the right cross. So now we saw that controlled footwork. He's going to be a lot more wary of the punches, the obvious knockout power Basun carries in those hands. Medvedev steps back off the kick to counter. Good combinations coming from both guys here, mixing kicks and punches. Good fast southpaw jab from Medvedev, as he's still backing Basun up, using that footwork really well. Body kick, Basun. You see Medvedev now carrying that left hand high. He needs to keep that there to stop the right hand counter. Medvedev coming forwards. Basun moving around, looking to counter. And again, when he does land, he landed this time with the left hand. He just seems to shake Medvedev through to his boots as he backs him up to the fence. Using the head well, he's looking to get clear, but it's bleeding from the head now. Oh, actually, I think the blood's coming from the eyes. Apologies, it was that left hand that did the damage. And when they've gone in head to head, the blood has actually come from the right eye of Medvedev. And again, it's showing the power that Basun holds in those hands. Both hands have caused damage. Right hand, left hand, both shaking Medvedev, who now looks like his legs are a little stiffer, as Basun takes advantage with a low kick. I think Medvedev wisely switches levels and goes for the takedown, now landing in side control. This could be a chance here for Medvedev to get his head back together, try and clear his head. His blood is pouring out of that eye. Can he take the back? He needs to try to look for a finish here, I think. The cut could be too bad for him to carry on as the fight continues. He could look to do with trying to get his hooks in. The blood over both fighters now. This is a welterweight super fight. Nikita Basun, blue corner, turtled. Boris Medvedev firing shots in while he bleeds from under his eye. In the red corner. Two fighters, 7 fights each. Both only tasted defeat once. Medvedev on the back of Basun. So that seatbelt kind of position, but he's not got his far hook in. Holding round the back. Can Basun turn to get on top? No, he's back to turtle. So the round seconds are dying out. The corner of Medvedev are going to have a lot of work to do on that eye. As Basun holds on trying to pull in the single, trying to change the position, and the round finished. So Medvedev finished on top of a turtled Nikita Basun. However, he's got some serious damage to that eye as the ringside doctor comes in. Let's watch how that happened. That was a low kick, the solid low kicks. Now it was that left hook there, I think, which burst the eye. And then trying not to let him off the hook. Basun fires the knee in. No apology, it wasn't that shot that had done the damage. But still at this point, Medvedev's eye is fine. And I think we see a left hook, so there we missed the left hook, but it was the damage that was caused by that left hook. And Medvedev was very wise by changing levels, grabbing the legs, came up to the body and started to work the wrestling. Now, how much work in 1 minute can the corner team do to stop the flow of blood from the eye? And how much will that mentally affect Boris Medvedev? A cut to the eye, seeing that blood coming out, can be very off-putting for a fighter. Medvedev gets back to his feet. This is MMA Series 8, Time of New Heroes. On the Fubo Sports Network, Clash TV, live from St. Petersburg. I'm ENM16 Button. This is our second super fight at welterweight. Nikita Basun landing solid shots in the first round, one of which burst the eye of Boris Medvedev. However, Medvedev finished strong and had a good last minute to the round as we start round two. Basun has showed solid power in both those hands. He's going to want to land those again. The corner team and the doctor have done great work on the eye, cleaning up the blood, stopping the flow of blood. A testament to their ability in the corner in 1 minute. This time it's Basun that goes for the takedown. He doesn't want to end up back where he started, where he finished the last round. Nice left hand and a sharp jab from Medvedev, who's looking composed. Doesn't look even slightly phased from that cut in the first round. Spinning back fist. Comes from Basun, but the counters. Nice shots again from Medvedev. Now we see blood start to flow from the nose of Nikita Basun as that cut's reopened on the eye. A bloody battle of these two Russians at welterweight. They look like they've been in a 12-round rocky fight here as both lead from heavy punches and good combination of shots again from Boris Medvedev. Looks to be doing the better in this round. Great right hook. Goes for the Thai plum clinch knee. Now the punches come back from Basun. Both men landing huge punches, big shots, and both happy to carry on striking. But Medvedev drops, grabs the legs, and now he's on top. And he passed those legs. Or will we see Basun again try to defend from a turtle position? I think that's what's going to happen. He's turtled, and the punches, heavy punches coming in. Medvedev looking to soften him up and maybe go for that seatbelt position. Again, arms over. Does he think he's softened him up enough to go for the far hook and work for the choke? No, he goes back to ground and pound. Basun pulling the leg to try to get Medvedev onto his back, but he just can't seem to topple the balance. Medvedev controlling the top. Again, the ground and pound. The better ground and pound work in the first round actually came from Boris Medvedev, even though he was pouring with blood all over his opponent. And this round, it's again the same. The control from this side position. I think it's a mistake for Basun to turtle, because you can see how much control Medvedev's using with that right leg, hooking round, and then he keeps, as he feels like he's losing position, he just goes to that seatbelt position, secures the position again, and then starts to work the ground and pound. Good technical ground and pound from Boris Medvedev of Russia. As we've got 1 minute left in this round. The blood starting to drip from the eye, but nowhere near what it was in the first round. This is MMA Series-8, Time of New Heroes. Coming to you from the Fubo Sports Network, Clash TV app, live from St. Petersburg. This is our second super fight of the evening, our co-main event. Give us your opinions, tell us who you think's winning. The first round, very even with a good start from Basun, the good heavy punches from Basun, but a good strong finish from Medvedev. This round for me is Boris Medvedev. He came out controlled, he's landed good combinations. He's totally controlling this top position. Medvedev now on top in half guard. As Basun has chosen to go, he's turned from the turtle, which I think is a good plan, turned over and actually put the knee shield in, tried to make some distance between him and Boris Medvedev. But Medvedev, solid shots coming down, raining down punches to the body, to the head, elbows to that rib section. For me, that was a clear win in that round for Boris Medvedev. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, tell me your scoring for these two rounds. For me, Medvedev here will show that difference in control. But surprisingly went for the leg attack. He went to get the takedown early on in this round, where his success for me in the first was from the big heavy shots he was landing standing. But then Medvedev starts to throw the combinations, body, head, that beautiful tight plum punch with a knee. And then on the floor, it was complete control. Every time he felt like he was losing it, he went back to the seatbelt, got the control again, and then started working the ground and pound. Threw punches and elbows into the head and into the body from that turtle position and from the half guard. So as we move into round 3 of this super fight, our penultimate fight of the evening, I would say a round each, but you could easily score that a 10-8 round for Boris Medvedev of Russia in that second round. Third and final round, MMA Series-8, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. This is bout number 10 of the evening. Nikita Basun in the blue corner, Boris Medvedev, red corner. Medvedev head kick. And another head kick. Must be sensing the hands being low of Nikita Basun. And he's split open the head now. It's the head and the nose now have been opened up on Nikita Basun. If you remember the first round, the bad cut was Boris Medvedev above the right eye. Medvedev looks for the takedown. A wise choice, as I believe that the ground and pound and the control on the floor has completely been Boris Medvedev. And we're back in this position again where Basun is trying to pull in a leg, trying to suck a leg in to try to get out of this turtle position where he's been controlled from the back. Every time he looks like he's moved or he's going to change the position for the better, Medvedev has managed to get the seatbelt or the grip to control the position again before he starts back on the ground and pound. And look at the blood there all over Nikita Basun. Medvedev back to the strikes. Nikita Basun holding on. It's a knee ride now on top. Medvedev not choosing to take the back again. He takes the option of working the strikes in rather than going to the back and putting the hooks in. Clearly enjoying the success from this turtle position, holding side. Watch again as Basun tries to get up. He just secures the position with his hands until he gets somewhere he feels he can start to strike again, and then he'll start to rain down shots. There we go, clears the legs, closes the distance, back to ground and pound. So dominant these final 2 rounds for Boris Medvedev. After it could be argued at the end of the first, it looked like he could be getting stopped on a cut. He was bleeding so profusely. Now it's a front headlock. As they both get to the feet, so Basun has to do something now. He's bleeding heavy. Could we see a rocky ending to this rocky battle? Both guys firing shots. We know Basun has got knockout power. He's got 2 minutes to find a punch. Both guys bleeding from above the right eyes and both guys bleeding from the nose. This round, there's more blood from Basun. As tiredness seems to take Medvedev to the floor, and a knee from Basun. Medvedev does definitely the right thing there by changing levels, taking his fight back to the floor, and he's back on top. He took some good solid shots there. The striking definitely been 50-50, but the control and the ground and pound on the ground has been Boris Medvedev. And this is where we find ourselves again. Nikita Basun finds himself in between a sort of side control and a turtle, just taking punches from Boris Medvedev, who's had such a high work rate on the floor. Basun must feel like anywhere he goes, when he goes to turtle, he gets punched. He goes to side control, he gets punched. Even when he managed to get to a half guard position with his knee shielding, he was still getting punched. He's bleeding heavily from his head, he's bleeding from his nose, and Boris Medvedev, in the last 30 seconds of this fight now, he's still controlling from top position. Can Basun do something? Has he got it in his heart to try and get back to his feet and get this fight finished, or is he waiting for that final bell? There's 20 seconds left. This is our co-main event of the evening, welterweight contest. It's been a bloody battle between 2 very strong, very well matched welterweights. Both fighters coming into this 6 wins, 1 loss. Nikita Basun in the blue underneath, Boris Medvedev red corner on top. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of a great battle, which for me has been won by Boris Medvedev of Russia. He taps the hands, he goes back to his corner. Please, if you're watching on the Clash TV app, tell us what you thought of that fight. That was some battle, 3 rounds of action. Did you score those rounds the same as I did? Look at the damage there. So for me, the winner, Boris Medvedev, but it shows what a battle this has been. Both guys heavily marked up. Nikita Basun only just getting back to his feet, looks heavily shook. What a fight that was. The judges will be scoring it round by round. Head judge
Бойцы
now
приглашаются в центр
collaborates the
клетки.
scores.
Дамы и господа, в соглавном противостоянии турнира единогласным решением судейства победу одержал боец из красного угла Борис Медведев!
So a very well-deserved win there from Boris Medvedev after a tough first round. He came through, and what a tremendous work rate from these 2 welterweights.
Как там говорят? Я почему-то смотрел на ваш бой, вспоминал Никита из Дальнего Востока, ты с Дальнего Востока. Почему-то всегда вспомнилось, что земляка побить, что дома побывать. такое армейское выражение. Ну, не в обиду, конечно.
And I thought
Партнер.
about
Очень
that
крутой бой.
you have to beat the best to beat the best.
Почему полная дистанция?
Tell us why you went all the distance.
Сильные, стойкие, на характере.
I didn't
Там сама погода
thought
и
that my
образ жизни
opponent
благоволит так
was
себя
going
вести.
to be so powerful.
Как ты себя чувствуешь? Как
How you
прошла
feeling
полная дистанция
right
раунда?
now?
Обычно ты заранее заканчиваешь.
Отлично. В первом раунде пропустил.
I'm feeling well, even I went all the distance.
Сначала ничего не, потерялся. А потом в конце
I had some
второго раунда
troubles during this fight in the first round, but after that
тяжело стало, честно. Третий бой
I
подряд.
thought
С
well,
марта
but
это третий бой.
it was hard for
Очень
me
тяжело.
to beat this guy.
Мы общались в зале, попросили, чтобы Ольга тебя забрала и отвезла куда-нибудь подальше от всех этих проблем, бед, сечек и ударов.
We talked
Она так и
with
сделала,
Olga
что
and
я
asked her
увезет
to
меня.
take you away
Говори
from
слова, которые хотелось бы
this town
сказать.
after this
Я хотел бы
fight.
команде Николая Дедику,
Thank you. Well, I want to
к всей
thank
команде Сечь
all
Про,
my team,
огнеборцам,
Sech Pro,
гиду нашей компании, спонсору нашему. Да, всем огромное
to
спасибо.
my sponsors, to my guides.
У нас очень хорошо.
Thanks for voting for us.
Спасибо, Борь. Отдыхай.
We are growing together. Interview with him.
Let's see a replay of this. If you're watching on Football Sports Network, you will be as excited as me. Look at that knockdown there. Nikita Basun, solid knockdown. He did some real damage in the first round. That was the illegal low stop, but it didn't have any effect really on the fight, just in the heat of the battle. These two threw down some punches in the first round, and you see how bloodied the head of Boris Medvedev was. With solid shots. That was a good knee there as he came back. What we really saw was Medvedev came out for the second round a totally different fighter. His face was cleaned up and he just came out looking to actually have a war